Moving along with this, the Secretary of State's office, something I think everyone is going to want to know is what will your priorities be for the office regarding election issues?
Right, and everybody knows, I like to say that just like the Clerk of Court's office, there's a sexy part and an unsexy part of what you do. People don't tend to know about the business services part, and that's really kind of the unsexy work that you do, but the part that they really know about is the elections work. And I am so passionate about our ability and right to vote here in Central Ohio. I was telling Seth, I think not too long ago, that I got online, I was looking through some of my old documents, actually I was looking for something for my little brother, and happened to find a document that I wrote to myself about the right to vote, and said, why vote? And I had quotes in there, started with Martin Luther King and the right to vote, went to Susan B. Anthony when she was arrested for voting for president, and then went to Bishop Desmond Tutu and the South African vote. And I read that, and it re-inspired me, and that's why I had wrote it to myself years ago to remind me how important the vote is. I'm passionate about this, and I want to make sure that everybody in Ohio has the right and the ability to vote as fairly and easily as possible, which gets us down to registration. You know, one of the things I've been looking at recently is our whole registration process, and I start to think the same way I do as a clerk of courts. It's like, why are we've got this 19th century technology in place, but we've got 21st century technologies available. I still don't understand why we can't register to vote online. In my tenure as Secretary of State, I want to make that happen. It seems odd to me that we have this barrier when we've got this technology available. And you're going to see me as a Secretary of State being able to apply our new technologies throughout our process. The other good thing about my local elected experience here is the fact that I've worked very closely with neighborhood groups, civic associations, and it's important to me to sit down with folks and listen to what they have to say, listen to them about their challenges and their successes. These 88 boards of elections that we've got throughout the state of Ohio face their own challenges every day, and I want to hear from them and hear what they have to say, and I want to take that into consideration as we together work to make our rules more uniform, more effective for the people we serve.
Thank you for that excellent answer. I'm curious, something that's in the news right now, to know your thoughts about the Citizens United case and the potential of corporate money flooding the election system and the impact that might have on the state of Ohio.
Well, I know that we've heard from a lot of people when this first came down that this can be exceedingly problematic, and was just having a conversation with a friend of mine who was reminding me that President Obama brought that up in the State of the Union address. It is a significant problem. Secretary of State Bruner used the words "Wild Wild West." Look out, because you're going to see a lot of independent expenditures this year. It's a matter of concern primarily. Probably the first thing that we can do is try to work together to see if we can have greater accountability and transparency.
More disclosure of who's placing the ads.
We need to know who's doing this. And the first thing I thought about when I saw that this had happened was Judge Resnick and how she was so viciously attacked in a previous election. And I think it took us months to figure out who was behind those attacks. That's unfair to the voter. And that's unfair to the general public, and it's unfair, and it besmirches our system of elections. Let's make it. Let's open this up and make sure people know who's behind the messages that are being sent.
Thanks so much for taking the time with us today. Anything else that you'd like to tell the members from Progress Ohio?
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. Really, it's going to be great fun. I'm very much looking forward to getting throughout the state and meeting all sorts of people and seeing our state in a real intimate way. It's going to be fun. There's a great story I've got to tell here. and I want to make sure everybody has a chance to hear it. I've got a great resume to present to the voters of Ohio. I believe in the voters. I believe if they're given the right information, they're given the correct information, and they have an opportunity to absorb it, that they'll vote for me, and that they'll look for me to help give them greater opportunities to vote here in Ohio. So, looking forward to it.
Thanks so much again for your
Thanks.
time. I'm wondering on the way out if you have any comment on your potential opponent for the office of Secretary of State and his recent well-published residency for voting purposes controversy?
Well, I think it's important for me to focus right now on my candidacy, my qualifications, and talking to folks about that. We'll let that take care of itself. I believe in the electoral process, and I believe in the voters of Ohio. I believe that they'll have an opportunity to listen to a lot of discourse and debate from my opponent and myself over months to come, and I believe they'll make the right choice when I believe it's November 4th this year? November 2nd. I think it's November 2nd this year. I think they'll make the right choice when that day comes around.
Again, Maryellen, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks.